seen in another form, just a short distance from our location for the World Cycling Championships. The Villa Barbaro, built by famed architect Palladio more than 400 years ago. The sport of cycling dates back only 100 years in this land for the Italians, but it's a source of great pride. And at the moment, it's a Belgium rider, defending world champion Coquillon, who has now moved to the front. The Australian has fallen back off the pace. Greg LeMond is also right there. You see Australia in third position. Here's LeMond now into the fourth spot.
Now here goes another move by Mike Wilson up the right-hand side of the road. Claude Coquillon at the front, Greg LeMond at the front, not really responding. There's a lot of small attacks that are going to be happening in the next few miles. They can't respond to every one. They've still got the final climb to contend with.
Now, we should reiterate that these men have now been pedaling for more than 6 hours. We're coming to the final lap, roughly 10 miles to go out of 165. So I gather, Mark, that you still feel that Coquillon, LeMond, in this group setting back, is controlling the race.
They're controlling it. They're conserving their energy for one final move, be that on the climb or is it they may be waiting for the final sprint.
Now, you said that we can expect several small breaks, and we can see now this lead group coming to the start-finish line with one tour yet to go, just over 9 miles now. They are indeed catching Michael Wilson. But the point here being, you expect at any time now that we're going to see these series of breakaways.
Typically, the last few miles of the race, you see a lot of attacks, individual attacks. A rider who tries to get off the front by himself, he'll go up the side of the road and try and do that.
Well, the importance of the breakaway and the timing are very, very critical. Here's Mark Gorski to fully explain.
Tactics and strategy play an instrumental role in bicycle road racing. Now imagine you're one of the top riders in this field today. You're riding along the field, resting comfortably, conserving your energy. Now, do you want to make your big attack by riding up through the field, weaving your way through the riders so that all the other top riders can see you? Get to the front of the field? No. It's not what you want to do. Now, you've got the wind coming from my right today. The way you want to make that big attack, by explosive move to the left-hand side of the road, going as hard as you can, and I'll show you just how to do it. Explode over to the left. The reason is staying on this opposite end of the road in the left-hand gutter, no riders can ride on the left-hand side in your draft. You've got to stay out in the wind, unprotected. Now, a well-timed attack like this can gain you 10 to 15 seconds on the field, which just may win you the World Championship today.
Well, it is beyond my comprehension how anyone, after 6 hours, could even conceive of a possible breakaway. But that becomes the strategy as we now start the climbing portion of the final tour. And here is one of those breaks as we anticipated.
Gary, it's a Dutch rider, GERARD VELDSCHOLTEN, making a quick move up the right-hand side of the road. The pack is organizing a chase behind him right now. Argentin and LeMond are leading the chase group. They're not that worried about him at this point, but they don't want to let him get too far ahead.
And already you can see that they are dramatically closing ground, and it looks as if this breakaway indeed is going to be a very short-lived one.
Argentin, LeMond, Roche are all very, very good climbers, and they're using this opportunity to work some of the other riders over, some of the sprinters over, who would be very strong at the end of the race. If they can push hard on this climb, they can take a lot of the sprint out of the legs of the good sprinters.
And Greg LeMond, who is a great climber, is trying to do exactly that right now. And Argentin doggedly pursuing him, a Spanish rider, a Dutch rider, all right there. This one, it looks like, is going to go right to the finish. Remember now, they're nearing the summit of the final climb. LeMond and Argentin still very much in command. But now, Roche in the green jersey, the Irish rider, making a break as we near the summit. And this looks to be a very serious bid.
This is a tremendous attack by Stephen Roche. Stephen Roche has saved his energy all day long, saving it for one big move right over the peak of the hill. He's timed it perfectly because now he can take advantage of the 50-mile-an-hour speeds he'll reach in the downhill. And
if he can get around a couple of these corners by the time LeMond comes over the crest of the summit, he will be out of sight, and that puts it in a whole different perspective.
That's right, Gary. If Stephen Roche can get out of sight, then Greg LeMond will not know how far ahead Stephen Roche is. He can't afford to let a very, very strong rider like Stephen Roche get even more than a 10-second advantage at this point in the race.
Okay, the question now is we see Roche as he continues this attack and the breakaway as he starts the descent. If you're Greg LeMond, is there a sense of panic now?
Well, he's not panicking yet, but he's got to be pushing hard because he just cannot afford to let Stephen Roche get more than just a few second advantage.
And here a good depiction now of the separation between the two. It's 2 full turns, at least 5 seconds between Roche and Lamont and the Italians. Now, you were talking about 50-mile-per-hour speed when they get into this downhill portion. Are there dangers involved now?
Well, the danger of crashing is not as great with a small field like this, but at 50 miles an hour, with only a few miles to go in this World Championship race, any number of these riders in this field right now are going to go for broke, take a risky move if they have to on a descent to try and get away and win this race.
Again, you can see the pursuing pack trying to reel in Stephen Roche. Roche, who finished 3rd in the Tour de France this year behind Hinault and Lamont. And here's Greg LeMond trying to answer again now. A counterattack of his own as he tries to get up here and close the gap as the chase is on. And Joop Zoetemelk from Holland is the one who has just been passed by Greg LeMond, number 103, the first time that we have seen him in a potential contending position today, a veteran of some 15 years in the professional road racing ranks. LeMond working furiously, trying to reel in Stephen Roche of Ireland. Roche, who had that breakaway, but the advantage is now gone, and the sprint is on for the finish in the World Championships. We'll be right back.